Good morning, folks. This is Jacob Folger, artist sculptor, and today we're going to make a little miniature figure in clay. And I got what you see here is little shapes of clay I've made. And the way I've made them is I take a little bit of clay and I can roll it between the palms of my hands, or I can roll it between my fingers like that. And then I can shape it. I can flatten it out. And I can square it by squeezing it like that, so I can make a shape like that. You see how I did that? Or, I could roll a ball, and then I could roll a noodle and make a little shape like that. So that'll give you an idea of where I'm at right now. So first thing I want to do is make a chair. So this is going to be the seat right here. And the best way to join two pieces of clay is to take a tool like this and wet it. And I want to put two arms of the chair right here. And I've got them rolled out here already. And I'm going to score this. See? So I'm scoring that. And when I join the two together, I'll just sort of twist it and push down. I'll do another one here. Now, this is my simple shapes technique where I teach this technique on the channel because it's really easy to understand, as you can see. Right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and score this. And I want to score where it's going to join. And now the tool is wet, see? And when you do this, what it does is it creates mud. And when you store it, when you get this joining like this, and it makes a really strong bond. So it's really a good idea to do that. Just press that together, and we have an instant chair. It could, use a little bit of work, and we can kind of fix it up a little bit more as we go. We have a chair. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I roll this long noodle here, and this is going to be for the legs of our guy. And I'm just going to set it in there, in the seat there, like that. And I got this other piece here, and that's going to be for his torso. So, I think I'll make that a little bit bigger. Like this. And maybe just set it in there like that. You can see where this is going, right? And you can sort of decide how you want to position them. I just want to try to get them nice and relaxed. Something like that might be nice. You can see that where that's going, right? It's fun. It's really a lot of fun. Now, you take a little ball of clay like this. Roll it into a little oblong shape like this. And you take your two fingers like this, and you roll in between your fingers. You roll the ball, and what you've got there now is a little head and a neck. And wet and score the top here and top of the body there and bottom of the neck and put it on there. Okay, and then we got the arms right here, all ready to go. We'll go ahead and do our scoring. And I think, let's see, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. We'll see. But I'm thinking, put that on there like that. And I'll bend his arm like that and put his head kind of laying against his, like that. And then I'll do the same on the other side, trying to, always remembering to score, wet and score, whenever you're doing 2 pieces of clay. Bend it right here. Now, once you got that, put together like that, it's very easy now. You can totally see how easy that was to put together. Now what you can do is you can fill it out. You can make it, you can add clay, give him a little bit of a belly if you want, can maybe add a little bit of clay for his foot here. And another thing you can do is you can pick this up here and take a bit of clay. This clay, by the way, is called Marblex, and it's just a really good clay to work with. So I roll a little ball, and now I'm squeezing it to flatten it out. Yeah, this clay is really awesome, and it'll last forever. Once you make it, this clay dries so hard, man. It's so durable. Oh my God, you can paint it. You can do any old thing with it. So, I'm going to do the scoring, right? Quick intermission, you guys. Just want to say, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get a notification when I upload, and definitely leave me a comment. And if you make something from this video, send me a picture. There'll be a contact information in the video description down below the video. Thanks so much. And put them on there. Now you get kind of a secure base, to do your sculpting on. And and then just beat it up and take your time and fill it out, and let's add clay and that sort of thing. Now, if you want to take a break or something like that, what you should do is take a washcloth or something like this. Now, you could just cover it. You could cover it in plastic, but it's a little piece, so you definitely want to keep it moist. So you could maybe cover it a little bit like that, and then cover it in plastic. Use a plastic garbage bag from the kitchen. And also, if it dries out on you and gets too hard to work, you also can cover it with damp washcloth with paper towels and cover it for a little while, and it will come back and become sculptable again. It's water-based clay, okay? So, yeah. This is a little hack you should know about. That goes also with a little dried up piece of clay, that, you can rejuvenate all this. It adds up, your stuff adds up. I'm just filling out, kind of adding a belly to them. Maybe beef up his leg a little bit here, adding a little bit of clay to it. I want to give him a look of more kind of relaxing in that chair a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of clay right here and kind of beef up that hip a little bit. What I'm thinking I might do is make the chair a little bit bigger. So, you know, once I get to the basic working of it, you know, going, I have a little bit of kind of extension to the back here, and I'm shaping it. And I'll just throw it on here. Kind of a more like a, maybe a recliner or something like that, you know. Maybe I'll put another arm on there and just beef it out a little bit. You can see how I did that. See, once you can see how it goes together, that's what the simple shapes does. It doesn't really diminish the sculpting. I mean, really, you still can do so much with it, you know. You just add to it, sculpt it. And I do recommend using your fingers as much as possible. Absolutely. I mean, because you don't want to be using tools at this point when you're beginning as a sculptor, you know. You want to use your fingers as much as possible and get them used to sculpting. Just gonna beat this out a little bit here. So, I mean, while I'm doing this, I'm going to show you some pictures of other things that you can learn how to make on here. So, some of these things, many of these things I'm going to show you are the actual tutorials for on my channel. So, excuse the sirens. I live in the city. You know, I'm used to it, but, you know, you may not be. And there's all these things I'm showing you here are things that you can make with this very same sculpting technique, which is simple shapes. And you can see the way I teach, you know. Also, I mean, it's very easygoing. I mean, relaxing. There's no pressure. And, you know, I encourage you to try. I will tell you this. I mean, a lot of people watch and they say, oh, you make it look so easy. I could never do that. Well, listen, a lot of people overcame those fears, and somehow they, decide to give it a shot, and they learned they could do it. They were like, "Wow, I can do this," and some of those people have gone on to make careers, selling their art on Etsy and websites, and or just doing it for fun. So, yeah. Don't be afraid to do it, to try it, because you're probably going to just do just fine. It's going to take a little getting used to. My fingers are obviously going to work better than yours. I mean, I've been sculpting for 30 years, Even if I went without, sculpting for a year or 2 or 5 or 10, I would still come back and be able to sculpt really well, just because I know how to do it. I know what I'm doing. And I have actually gone without sculpting a long time. But for you, you got to practice a lot, and get your fingers used to doing it. I mean, try not to use tools a lot. I see people that got gobs of tools, so many tools, and I'm like, I've got this is 1, 2. These are the main tools I use: ball tools and 2 wood sculpting tools that I've had for 30 years, and some paintbrushes and water. Use your fingers. Sticking this up a little bit here. Okay, so once you get to a point where you can start dressing him if you want, which is always kind of fun. I like doing it. So how would we do that? Okay, let's see. I'm going to roll in noodle clay. Just like I showed you. But, it's easier to do it off screen. So I'm going to put one right here. One right here. 2 noodles, right? And just gonna put them together like that, and blend them in. It's so much fun, man. You have to do this. You cannot not do this. You really have to do this. Really. And then you can take like another little noodle clay like this. I mean, even on your worst day, you are going to be able to make a really cool little sculpture. Even on your worst day, you guys. Old little needle. Wrap it around his leg. Now, if you can't get to something with your fingers, then you use the tools. And you blend it in. Now see how, you can see how easy that came together. I mean, this is only been 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Oh, you know, let's see, well, I'll just smooth this in a little bit here, and then you gotta have a pocket, and a pocket here. Zipper. Yeah. So you can see how that works, right? Now, once you get it to a point where you feel like you're pretty happy with it, you can take a small paintbrush, get a little bit of water on it like this, and just smooth it. And you just want a little bit of water on it. You don't want much. You just take your time and go around and smooth it. Now, what I do, the way I choose my brushes for this, is for the initial smoothing, like I'm doing right now, where I haven't done any smoothing at all up until this point. I'm using an oil brush because I find that they have like a bit, I think it's made with horsehair or some kind of hair, and it's just it's a little bit more coarse than some brushes, and it's actually very effective at taking it down. Because what you're doing basically is removing clay with the brush to smooth it. Kind of very gradually. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, there's 540 tutorials on here, so that's, yeah, you can definitely make all these things. I know, it's crazy, but yeah, you'll be here for a long time. And right now I'm trying to upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So it's a sculpture tutorial on Saturdays and a painting tutorial on Wednesday. I mean, come and learn. That's what I say. And feel free to binge watch. Why not? All you want. And leave me comments. I like comments. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. I will try to reply. I try to reply to all comments. Even if you just say thanks or whatever, I'll say you're welcome. And if you have a question, you can ask a question, I'll answer you. I look on there every day for my comments. I haven't always been consistent, but with my uploads, but I do try, and I want to keep it alive because we all know it's a good thing. As you can see, it's a good thing, right? So yeah, just go around and smooth it up. And then once you get that down to where you want it, you can take, the next brush would be a nylon type brush. Let me just clean this out a little bit. Nylon type brush. And they're just softer bristles. And then you can get it, really fine. And an alternative to smoothing is actually leaving texture in, or putting texture in. Like you can take, I like to take a ball tool sometimes, and it's best if it's kind of clean, so, get all that junk off there. And you can just, run it over it, and it'll just put a nice little texture in. And that can be an alternative to smoothing. And that's actually what I prefer, because, when I'm done with this, I'm going to put a nice little bronze finish on it, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And it's just going to be so nice. And when you get texture like that, it's just really, man, it makes the piece really pop. You know, it really does. So you can see where that's going. Yeah, so I mean, it's really, really a lot of fun. I really hope you'll try. And definitely keep me in mind. Send me a photo. Leave me a comment, because how am I going to know that you're getting something out of this if you're not telling me, right? A couple more things, just hacks, things that you can do. So if you didn't put this together real well, one thing you want to make sure you do is you go around in any place where there's a gap, like down in there. See that down in there, that crack down in there? Take a little bit of clay, like a little needle of clay, and just put it down in there, and then sculpt it in. And any place you have gaps like that, you want to do that. You see, and you want to go around the whole sculpture and make sure that you fill in all those gaps. Because if you didn't properly score it and you didn't fill in all those gaps, I think you might end up with some problems. A couple other things. You don't ever want to put anything inside the clay. This clay is very sturdy. But it shrinks when it dries. Not a lot, but some. And if you put wire or something in there, it could very well crack. And the reason why is if this shrinks and the wire doesn't, then it will crack around it, right? So that's, when you hear about people clay cracking, it's probably poor clay, not very good clay to begin with. And the people are putting something in there to bulk it up or use less clay. Well, this clay, 5 pounds is $15 and 25 pounds is $40. I mean, you don't really have to, bulk it up with tinfoil to save money on clay, because it doesn't cost that much to begin with. It's very inexpensive clay, but it's very high quality clay. So you definitely want to be using it. Keep a washcloth on hand and keep your fingers clean. Because if your fingers are gunked up with clay, you're gonna make a mess when you're sculpting. You're gonna be, just putting junk back into the work, and it's gonna be harder to keep it smooth and stuff. So, definitely keep your fingers clean. It's probably a good idea to have a mister like this. You can use, this is actually a glass plus bottle. And I just filled it with water, and every once in a while you're working, you can give it a spray. And also the clay that you're working from, keep it moist. And that's something that you can do. If you're going to leave your work alone for any amount of time and you're not working with it, you definitely want to cover it with a plastic bag, like a trash bag from the kitchen. Cover the whole thing, just wrap it up and cover the whole thing. I'm working on the yogurt lid, which I didn't tell you about before, but it's good to have a flat surface to work on. Pardon me. One of the tools that you want to make sure you get when you buy your tools is a wire tool like this. It looks like this. It's a very thin wire. It has 2 handles on it. And what you can do is you can hold it to the back of the sculpture, to the base, and you can cut it away from the base. That way you don't deform it when you go to pick it up off there. And then you want to look at the bottom of the sculpture, and you want to make sure that is all those gaps in there are full also, and that you don't have any gaps or holes or anything under there. You want to make sure you fill all that in. That way you're going to have a really sturdy sculpture that's going to last a really long time. Okay? And then when you're ready to sign your work, how would you sign it? Let me tell you. This is how I do it. I take a tool like this. And I'll just pick it up here so you can see it. And I'll just kind of make these little indentations. This tool is not entirely clean. It's got to be clean. you want it to be sharp. So if it's got clay gunked up on it, you don't want it to be clean. And then, yeah, I just make a series of little lines. $23, right? So that's about it. So, I hope you found this useful. If you like this kind of content, I've got 540 or so tutorials on my channel on how to sculpt clay, make jewelry, and paint. And, here are a bunch of finishes that you can do on your sculptures. I also teach how to do really nice finishes, and I have a playlist. And here are some of the finishes that I teach. Some of the finishes that I teach. There'll be a playlist link in the video description down below the video, so you can finish it any way you like. And I think that's about it. I hope you found this edifying and that you will give it a shot for yourself. And that's about it. Please definitely subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you get a notification when I upload, and give the video a like, share it with your friends, leave me a comment, tell me where you're watching from. I always like to know. And what do you think of the video? Did you find it useful? And let's see, I think that's it. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate watching, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye now. Oh, geez, I forgot his face. What am I going to do? I'm just going to pinch like that and pull out to create the beginning of his nose. You can press in a little bit there like that. I didn't think about his face. I don't know. I was just thinking about, well, I don't think it matters all that much. Trying to think the best way to do his eyes. I'm going to take the back end of a small paintbrush and put a little indentation for the pupils of his eyes. Not the pupils, but the, what do you call it? The eye sockets. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little clay and put it in there for his eyeball. I like that. Then I'm going to take another ball tool like this. Ball tools really come in handy. I like them. I'm just going to make a little pupil in his eye. Like that. And then I'm going to take... Now, I know this is really small, but, you know, why not? It's going to be easier for you over time. It will get easier. And that I just put on was his little eyelid. Alright. Yeah, it's very small, I know, but you're going to get used to doing this. Now what I'm going to do is, I definitely want to, I oftentimes put beards on my little pieces, my little creations, because I like beards. And also I have a beard myself. It's not much of one, it's very wispy, but I just like, maybe put it on like that. And just have it sort of going down, on his jacket like that. And then you can take another piece, like a little needle like this. Oh. Dropped it. Okay, here we go. And if you sharpen it a little bit on the ends, like this, like that, and put it right up under his nose there. Kind of like a Rip Van Winkle or something, Actually, I'll make a funny little hat for him. So I'm going to build a little cone shape, right? Like that. And wet my tool, score the top of his head, score the bottom of the hat, and put it on, and then I'm just gonna kind of bend it down. That's kind of fun, huh? I'm just gonna fix his eye a little bit. And you can put like, you can take like a sharp tool and you can put like a little division in here for his mustache, and you can sculpt in or carve in little lines for his hair on his beard. But yeah, you see where this is going, right? So it's a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. So I hope you give it a shot and send me a photo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.